Hi there, my name's Graeme Codrington and I'm really looking forward to our conversation on Wednesday about managing multi-generational workforces. Now, most often when I'm asked to deal with this topic, what I'm really being asked to talk about is what's wrong with today's young people. And I wonder if you know who this famous quote is from. What's happening to the young people? They're disrespecting the elders, disobeying their parents, they're ignoring the law, they're rioting, morals decaying, whatever has become of the youth of today. Do you know who this is? Yeah, you do? Socrates, in about 400 BCE. We've always been moaning about the youth and the next generation. Maybe it's the way we're wired as human beings. And I suppose it really comes down to maybe a different question. Why can't they just be normal? Like me. That's the best definition of normal, isn't it? We are. The way we see the world, the way we engaged with our career and the profession when we joined it when we were young, that's normative. And we wish and hope that everybody else would do it in precisely the same way. What we're going to talk about on Wednesday is we're going to talk about the fact that there is a generational cycle baked in to the way that the world works. I did my master's on the master's in sociology after, by the way, having done a BCom and articles at KPMG. I then went back and looked at people and got fascinated with a theory from two academics, Neil Howe and William Strauss, that looked at generational cycles, and they saw this in literature across cultures and in fact across history, where there's essentially every 20 years or so, that's the time it takes to grow up and have kids of your own, there's a generational shift, often with a clearly defined moment in history that shifts from one generation to the next. We'll talk about a few of those moments when we have time together. And obviously what we're going to do is talk about the currently living generations that are in the workplace, and the labels I'm sure you're familiar with, from boomers to X's, millennials, Gen Y, Gen Z, Z, AI, whatever language we use, and I'll explain some of these dates as well. But in addition to generational theory, right now we need to overlay on top of generational shifts. I believe that we are living at a significant era shift as well in human history. From geopolitics to culture, from economic systems to religions, we are living at a moment of deep structural change in human history. These again do happen every few centuries or so, where humanity realizes that the existing systems are no longer fit for purpose, and new systems slowly, painfully begin to emerge. And sure, what's happening right now in geopolitics, well, sometimes a person or a system has a time bomb put inside of it, and that bomb goes off and all the pieces are thrown in the air and have to be put back together in different ways. And I think it's important not just to get stuck in thinking about the difference between younger and older people today, but to also realize a deeply significant reconfiguring of the world, and therefore especially the world of work. And I've got some ideas about what is needing to be left in the past. I can show you from research what today's young people are desperately hoping is history. And then we can set a vision of maybe what the future of work looks like, and realize that our generational differences aside, we can work together, young and old, to build a better workplace for the future. And it's not about right and wrong, which generation has got it right and which generation has got it wrong, but rather any conversation these days about managing different generations in the workplace is also, I believe, a conversation about what is the future of the workplace. How can we create a workplace and a workforce that really gets the best out of all of us, builds a fantastic firm together and sets us up for competitive advantage in the future. So that's what we're going to be spending our time talking about. And I really look forward to being part of that conversation. It's not going to be a one-way lecture, but rather a conversation about the future and what we can do to shape it now. I look forward to our time together.